Chapter 1. A Curious Boy in a Small Town. Mark Zuckerberg was born in a quiet town in New York. He was not born rich or famous. He lived in a normal house with his parents and three sisters. Mark was a quiet and curious boy. While other kids played outside, he spent hours reading books and using his father's computer. At a very young age, Mark showed interest in how things worked. He loved puzzles, math problems, and most of all, computers. When he was just 12 years old, he created a messaging program called ZuckNet for his family. His father used it in his dental clinic to communicate with the receptionist without shouting across the room. It was simple, but it worked. This was the first sign that Mark was not an ordinary child. Chapter 2. The Power of Learning. Mark loved learning, but he didn't just rely on school. He asked questions, searched for answers, and studied deeply. His parents supported his curiosity. They even hired a computer tutor to teach him programming every week. But soon, the tutor realized that Mark was learning faster than he could teach. At school, Mark was not the most popular student. He was shy and quiet. But when it came to computers, everyone knew he was a genius. By the time he entered high school, he was already building games and programs just for fun. He once built a program that recommended music to people based on what they liked. Microsoft and AOL wanted to buy it. Mark said no. He didn't want to sell his idea. He wanted to learn more and build something bigger. Chapter 3. Harvard Dreams. In 2002, Mark entered Harvard University, one of the most famous schools in the world. There, he studied psychology and computer science. But classes were not the most exciting part of Harvard for Mark. He spent most of his time building new projects. He created a program called Course Match that helped students choose their classes based on who else was taking them. It was a big success. Students loved it. But Mark was just getting started. One night, while sitting in his dorm room, an idea came to him. What if students could connect online? What if they could create profiles, share photos, and become friends virtually? He started building that idea the same night. In a few days, the Facebook was born. Chapter 4. The Birth of Facebook. At first, Facebook was only available to Harvard students, but soon it spread to other universities, Yale, Columbia, Stanford. Students couldn't stop talking about it. It was simple, fun, and made people feel connected. Mark dropped out of Harvard to focus on Facebook full-time. Some people said he was crazy. "You are throwing away your education," they said. But Mark believed in his vision. He believed that Facebook could change the way people connect around the world. With the help of a few friends, he moved to California and opened a small office. It wasn't fancy, but it was filled with passion, hard work, and a dream. Chapter 5. Success, Struggles, and Sacrifice. As Facebook grew, so did the challenges. Mark had to make tough decisions. There were legal battles, business competition, and even betrayal by some early team members. He worked day and night. Sometimes he slept at the office. He ate fast food and wore the same t-shirt every day to avoid wasting time choosing clothes. People around him said, "You're working too hard." But Mark replied, "I want to build something that lasts." Soon, Facebook became available to everyone, not just students. Millions of people joined, then hundreds of millions. Mark had created something that connected the world, but success did not make him proud. It made him more responsible. He used his money to build schools, support education, and help solve global problems. He once said, "We must give everyone the same chances I had." Chapter 6. The Man Behind the Mission. Despite being a billionaire, Mark lives a simple life. He wears plain clothes. He drives a simple car. He spends time with his wife and children. He is not interested in showing off. He is interested in making a difference. Mark believes in long-term thinking. He once said, "The biggest risk is not taking any risk." That means if you want to grow, you have to take chances. You have to try. You may fail, but failure teaches more than success. Chapter 7. Lessons from Mark Zuckerberg's Journey. Mark's story teaches us many life lessons. 1. Start early, stay curious. Mark didn't wait for the future. He started young. He asked questions. He explored. No one told him to build things. He just did it. 2. Learn beyond school. Mark didn't limit learning to the classroom. He read books, took online courses, and practiced every day. 3. Follow your passion. He loved computers. He turned his passion into a career. 4. Take risks. Dropping out of Harvard was risky, but sometimes you must take big steps to achieve big dreams. 5. Stay focused. Mark didn't waste time. He focused on his mission and worked hard every single day. 6. Give back. Even after becoming rich, he used his success to help others. That's true success. Chapter 8. You can be the next Mark. You don't need to be a genius to succeed. You don't need to be born rich. What you need is a dream, a strong work ethic, and the courage to keep going, even when things get hard. Mark Zuckerberg's story is not just about Facebook. It's about believing in yourself. It's about using what you love to build something useful. It's about creating value, not just money. So, what is your passion? What will you build? Maybe years from now, someone will write an inspiring story about you.